tough guy. Get the fuck in the car, tough guy. That's what I fucking thought, you fucking coward, you fucking coward. You fucking get in the car too now, you fucking coward. Get the fuck out of here. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Yes,
Get in the car. Get in the car.
I'm not going to move until you move.
Get in the car.
I need you to move away
Get
from
in
the
the
car.
car. Get in the car. I need you to get in the car.
Move away from the car.
Yeah, that's what
This is public
space. Tough guy. Ha 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 ha. Get the fuck in the car, tough guy. Get the fuck in the car, tough guy. That's what I fucking thought, you fucking coward, you fucking coward. You fucking get in the car too now, you fucking coward. Get the fuck out of here.
So tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
One of the cops got in my face and was mocking me. And I said, no, you shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. And LAPD shot and killed someone 2 days ago in Hollywood, and they didn't want to answer to that. So LAPD to stop shooting people.
All right, hey.
Can you also share with the people that you just expressed all of your white privilege?
Big Bato right here coming to you live
Exactly.
from Venice Beach.
White people, this is how you have to act, because the cops fucking shoot black and brown people. They harass and terrorize black and brown people in Los Angeles.
Hear what he just said again.
Cops fucking shoot black and brown. That's how you have to act, because the cops fucking shoot black and brown people. They harass and terrorize black and brown people in Los Angeles. $3 billion of our budget in the city of Los Angeles goes to LAPD to terrorize black and brown people. And again, they didn't do anything to me because I am white. And that's why I act the way I do, because I am white and I have the privilege to do so.
Truth.
Well, thank you for stepping up.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call halal Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Barakatham. It's your brother Kazah from the Medieval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, the title of this lesson is, just going to be self-explanatory. So-called white man exposes the white privilege in LAPD, or I'm just going to say police, departments in general. And what you just saw there, was a clip.
Because I am white and I have the privilege to do so.
Truth.
Well, thank you for stepping up.
Okay, there we go. And for some reason, it doesn't want to pause, but well, either way, it was a spirit. What he just said right there. Because I am white, I have the privilege to do so, and he's right. This happened in Venice Beach. This is LAPD. Let me tell you something, man. I grew up in Los Angeles. I moved in different neighborhoods. When I was growing up in Los Angeles, and one thing with the police force out here on the West Coast is they are very, very discriminate against the so-called black people and the so-called Latinos. And let me just get a good little, a good shot, just give brothers a. There we go. There we go. All right, that's a good little, little image, as I bring out the lesson. But these police, man, they are very, very discriminate against so-called black and Latinos and Native Americans. And you notice how also too he also included the so-called Latinos, because he said the blacks, which is the Southern Kingdom, the Kingdom of Judah, who are the so-called Negroes here in America, and he also said the brown people, who are the so-called Latinos and the Native Americans. And guess what? The so-called Latinos, man, hey, Judah ain't the only one out here being shot down. Judah ain't the only one out here, being touched, so to speak. It kind of vexes me too that Judah want to prance around like he the only one that's getting touched. Of course he caught it the worst. All right, but hey, the Latin tribes, man, they catching it too, man. The Latin tribes is catching it too. Except they don't bring it out in the news like that. They don't report it like that. It's not part of mainstream media. Because it's all agendas to separate and how do I put it? Bring division amongst Judah and Ephraim, Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. But like I was saying, man, this is very, I just had to through the spirit do a lesson on this, because this is what really be going on, man. Growing up, man, hey, them police, they don't as a so-called well, I'm brown, I'd be a so-called Latino, even though my my roots goes back to the Southern Kingdom due to my Italian you know, my Italian, off my father's side. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, them cops is out to get us too, man. You know, growing up in high school, they used to do that. They used to do that shit where they, just a brief little testimony, man. They used to do that shit where if they catch you with your friends, just you could be just chilling in the park or whatever. They'll just put all. It don't matter how many of you there are. They'll stuff all of you in the back of the cop car, and they will just have you there, man. In the hot sun. You got certain certain of Jakes, what the cops would do if they found out, if they're in gangs or in gangs, they would take them and drop them off in rival gang neighborhoods to get them killed. And that's just the tip of the spear, man. That's just, the surface level, man. So a lot of stuff that the cops be doing, they'll frisk you for no reason, because they think you carrying, guns, or they think you got weed on you, drugs, just being, discriminant, but a so-called white boy, look at the privilege that he got. Let that be a so-called black, a so-called Latino, a Native American doing that. He would have been put to death, man. If he was a Judite, he would be on CNN. If he was a Latino or Native American, he'd be on the minor, news outlet, and just brushed under the rug. All right, because these are our oppressors, man. And this dude, he looked like a so-called Latino. I'm talking about the cop. And let me tell you, man, hey, man, out here, them Hispanic cops, man, they're the fucking worst, man. They're the fucking worst, man. And I don't know how, brothers have the experiences with Judite cops, out there in the different states, out there in Babylon. But look, man, out here on the West Coast, those Hispanic cops are the fucking worst, man. All right, they are the fucking worst. Okay, because they always trying to get their own for something, man. Always trying to get their own for something. And it's been a couple times, some are cool. They'll try to let you off the hook. But you got your percentage of some that are just just fucking coons, man. All right, for lack of a better term, they're uncle. How like Jake got Uncle Tom. These are Uncle Juans, man. They just protect and serve the so-called white man. And that's what we just saw right here. All right. Meanwhile, our people get killed, man. Like you had that one incident, with that Issacharite, dude that got killed by the police. I believe it was last year. And then you had this one. It happened years ago. This one dude got blasted in I believe it was like around downtown Los Angeles. He just straight up got blasted, man. Because he took off his hat. That's all he did, and they just mowed him down. Another so-called Latino. And I bring these out, I'm not saying like, trying to, neglect Judah, but just to show you, man, northern tribes, they get hit by the cops too, except with them, they get brushed under the rug, and the media doesn't really, pay attention to them like that, because it's like, it's a word for it, but it's not tolerance. It's man, what's the word for it, man? I forgot the word, but it's basically a numbness. Like the world has developed a numbness. A desensitization. When we get, shot down. And ultimately it's because they do that out of pride. These other nations, because they already have to put up with Judah and his spectacle, for lack of a better term, when one of theirs gets shot down, but when the so-called Latino gets shot down, they try to sweep that under the rug, because if the Latins wake up with the Judites, that's that Amos, 9/11, that's the 12 tribes of Israel coming together, and that's not what these these elites want, man. That's not what the nations want at the end of the day, but I'm not trying to make this lesson super deep. I'm just going to bring out a quick couple precepts, and then, just bounce out. So the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 6, and it reads, "Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Everyone that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased. All right, and that's another thing too. You know, all these jakes being, you know, put to death by the by Esau's, you know, police. Hey, that's ultimately judgment, man. You know, but another thing too, you can't ignore the fact that there are people, you know, that's going around privilege, and that's because this is their kingdom. You know, a so-called white man can get in a cop's face like that, you know, start insulting him and basically back him into his car and have him drive away. You know, whereas if a Jake even moves funny, or even, you know, if the cop even suspects something about Jake could just be minding his own business. All right, but if the cop just suspects something about Jake, he's in danger. His life will be in danger, and if Jake doesn't move the right way, he's gonna get taken out the earth, man. You know, that's why. Let me bring out another precept. All right, let me see. Shadow of death. All right, let me see real quick. I know it's in the book of Psalms. Yup. All right, so the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 4. And it reads, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. All right, because here in Babylon, man, this is the valley of the shadow of death for that exact reason. You know, and that's just one of the reasons, you know, but that's a big reason why. You know, we all, you know, us as Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, we run a big risk interacting with these cops, man. You know, it's a big risk, and that's why, you know, we advise brothers, we through the lessons, you know, we tell brothers, man, don't get disorderly with them cops, man. All right, and that's another reason why, you know, it's many things that could be brought out with this lesson, man. You know, it's many things that could be brought out with this lesson, because this right here, that's a lakia. No. This right here could inspire you know, a simple Jake to act that way to the sword, man. You know, to get bold and want to buck up against you know, the sword and get in their faces and try to, you know, force them back into the cars. That ain't gonna roll. That's not gonna fly with you Jakes, man. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they will gun you down if you try this shit, man. All right, simply put, they will gun you down. All right, which leads back to the point. Okay, the precept, Psalms 23 and 4. You know, it's selected for rambling. All right, but it reads, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. All right, that's why this is the shadow of death, man. Because this place is not, we weren't put in this place to live and prosper. Okay, we were not put in here in Babylon. The Lord didn't send us into captivity here in Babylon to live and prosper. All right, He sent us here to pay as He sent us here as punishment. All right, He sent us here as punishment that we may, you know, basically so like He sent us here as punishment, you know, for transgressing against Him. Going into, you know, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15, you know, and now, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. You know, and you got Jakes that think that this is, you know, this is where, you know, we survive and, you know, live and prosper, man. You know, you got a lot of Jakes out here, you know, prancing around like they so-called white people, like they could earn that privilege. You know what I'm saying? If they act differently, you know. But at the end of the day, you'll still be a so-called black man, still be a so-called Latino, Native American in the eyes of these devils, man. Especially their police force, man. All right, because another thing too, just because you see your own in a uniform, man, don't mean he's for you, man. Okay. Just because you see your own in the uniform, that doesn't mean he's for you, man. That means he's a coon. All right, so you hey, man, I'll put it to you like this, man. If you see one of your own in a uniform, you know, proceed with even more caution than you do with the devil, man. All right, because that there is a coon. All right, proceed with even more caution used even more wisdom, so to speak. I don't know exactly how to put it, but brothers understand what I'm saying, man. Be more cautious. There we go. All right, so it reads, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. All right, and this is the faith that, us in this knowledge we have. Because even though, you got these cops that are, basically out to get us, man. Hey, the Lord, he got us protected, man. All right, the Lord, YAHAWASHI, he has us protected. Okay, because we're not out here, doing wicked things to have the Lord sanction the sword come down on us. All right, we live in normal regular lives. We go on the weekend. We push the word, we prophesy, we do our sit downs in during the week. Some of us go to parks and do that. That's just regular stuff, man. So this devil really doesn't this devil has to do and get out of his way to deceive us in order to come down on us with great wrath, which is what he's getting ready to do. But even then, we're still going to be covered by the feathers of Yahawah. All right, so it reads, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay, so, hey, man, we protected out here, man. And there's another precept I want to bring out. I could just end it off with Micah, 2 and 10. Again, I don't want to make this too deep. The video is self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this place is not a rest, man. All right, so book of Micah, chapter 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction. All right, so this land is the land of our captivity, man. All right, it's not our rest, man. Okay, we got many, many things are put in place to further our destruction, our slaughter, and our death, man. That's basically it. All right, on all levels. Like I just read, it's a leopard in the city. A leopard shall watch over them in the city. That's talking about the sword, man. All right, this damn police force that's preying on our people, man. All right, here it is. You brother saw it, man. All right, you see the difference, man. You see the difference in spirit. When it's Esau, Esau could back up a cop back into his cop car, but when it's Jake, he just moves funny. You know what I'm saying? Or he you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't want to. I don't want to say doesn't want to comply, but at the first sign of defiance, so to speak, from Jake, all right, they get sent to the spirit world, man. All right, and this should be, for Akim to see that this is not our rest, man. This is where we are punished for our transgressions. All right, and that's why, you know what I'm saying. Even that's why we go through some of the hardships that we go through, because it's chastisements for our iniquities we did in this life and in our past lives. Okay, but hey, man, with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahawah ba'ashim Yahawashai ba'ashim RAWCHAA QADASH. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Taught us his truth and rule well. All right, and shalom to the Akim. All right, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. And understand, what the situation is. Here in Babylon, man. Don't ever, don't look at videos like that. All right, if I may add, closing notes. You know what I'm saying? Closing points. Don't look at videos like that and get boldened up to step to a cop's face like that and think everything is gonna be good. All right. If they don't beat you up, silly, unrecognizable, you'll get taken out the world, man. Okay, you will get taken out the world. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.